Looking at yesterday's game, and I'm beginning to notice something about these two midfielders in PSG. I think it has been a long time we have a two midfielders that have dominated the world of football for a long time. Yes. Now, in terms of PSG, I think they have these two players, João Navas and Vitinha. These two players have been very, very domineering and very, very making statements each time they play together, and they become so consistent that I think they need to be put in the same equation with the great likes of Xavi and Iniesta. Yeah, because at the time we have Xavi and Iniesta play football, and also had Toni Kroos and Luka Modric. This partnership in midfield blew the world of football, right? And today we need to talk about these two players because they've been very, very fundamental and very, very impressive to the success of PSG, especially in the Champions League. Now let's keep the domestic cup aside. These two players have been very, very, domineering when it comes to midfield. If you are playing against PSG, you see these two players. These are the most important players for PSG in that midfield. Yes, the team is progressing. The team is scoring goals. These are the architect of those goals that you see that PSG often scores. Without these two players, especially Vitinha, or bro, leave them. So I think they've come to that equation where we need to be discussing these two players, right? The level where Xavi Hernandez and Iniesta were playing for Barcelona, and the level where Toni Kroos and Luka Modric were playing for Real Madrid. I think this João Neves and Vitinha have gotten to that level also, because looking at the amount of trophies they'll be able to win and how they'll be able to be successful, and the progress of PSG today can never be overlooked, because when you look at these two players, they'll be very, very demanding, and they'll be very, very domineering, and they keep making sure that they have possession of the ball each time PSG faces any opponent, especially big opponents. They made statement. Vitinha have been balling. Yesterday, he won Man of the Match award. He was very, 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 very instrumental in that victory for PSG. Even when PSG went one goal down in the first half, you could see that Vitinha took it upon himself to make sure that the likes of Saka, the likes of the Clan Rice, the likes of Odegaard, he controlled the midfield in the presence of this players I mentioned. That is to tell you that you need to put Vitinha and this João Neves in the same equation together with Xavi Hernandez and Iniesta in the same place with Toni Kroos and Luka Modric. Yes, they might be below when it comes to these categories I'm putting now, because the first you need to look at is Iniesta and Xavi. They are there up there, followed by Luka Modric and Toni Kroos. Then these two players that need to come. Right, I think they have been very, very impressive, and I love what I'm seeing in their midst. Right, I think the coach also have done a great job by making sure that these two players produce the best of statistics you can think of. Anyways, you can tell me what to think about this in the comment section. Let's go.